Everybody, good evening. It is June 2nd, 2026, which is quite wild. And I'm back. I'm live. I hope that you all have had a great, what holiday did we have? Memorial weekend. And let's see, the week before that, I had a pre-recorded video, so I have not been live for a while, so hello. If you are new around here, my name is Anne-Marie. I am the AM from Handmade by AM Bevel. You can find all of my socials and a link to my Stampinup store, because I'm a Stampinup demonstrator, in the, what do you call it, the video description. I'm a little rusty, but I did remember to put my live button back up just the last minute, because when I pre-recorded, I hid the little live thing. But I am very glad to be here. I'm going to pop my phone over here so I can maybe monitor comments if anybody is on. And hello to my mom. My mom is on. Hello, Mom. So things I would like to go over tonight would be the last chance section in the Stampinup store updated this morning. And so there's new items there. Many are discounted, some are not discounted, but when they are on the last chance, that means once they are gone, they are gone. They will not be restocked, so please make sure to check there. I always recommend when you are shopping to check the last chance for some great deals, especially on paper and bling and ribbon, like consumable things that we use up. But you can also get some really great deals on tools. Like I'm using this swirly folder today. I think it's down to like just over $5 on last chance. And the it's the pick label punch. Pick happy label pick a punch. This guy, it's like a 6-in-1 punch. I'm going to be using it today. I think it's like half off. It was $30. I think it's $15 right now. It is in the last chance. Such a great deal. I love these like 6-in-1 punches because you get 2 designs and you have 3 sizes for each design, so it's like a 6-in-1. I love these so much. We've had this one for a while in our regular cycle. I hope we have kind of a new one coming because this is so handy because you can make your sentiment strip or any strip whatever length you need, because sometimes happy birthday is really long and sometimes it's really short, and that kind of takes care of it. You don't have to go around trying to find a die or something to match, which is great. There are also some new kits available, so look out for those. They're both, I think, non-stamping, but one includes like daubers and gives you some inking techniques with some flowers, which might be really fun for seasoned crafters and new crafters. There is also the June product of the month launched today, and oh my gosh, Wild Bunch. It's so adorable. Loved this. I did order today and added this to my order for $5. You can get the product of the month while supplies last. Look at that. It's over my live. See, I sized it before I did that. I'll cover me up so we have it bigger. So you can get the product of the month with your $75 order, and you add the item for $5. Product of the month is while supplies last. I can say the May product of the month, which I'm featuring on a card today, is also available if the stamp set is not your style. But oh my gosh, that little cow and the little koala and penguin and snail, I just love them all. So I'm really excited to get this little set and incorporate it into some cards later this month. And my order already shipped, which is amazing. And a special that I am holding, the Anne-Marie Bevel special this month, is every $50 that you spend with me this month before your shipping and your tax, so 50 retail, which also includes if you use any Stampin' Rewards that comes off of your retail amount. So every 50 retail will enter your name into a drawing for a $50 Stampin' Up! Reward shopping spree from me. So early July, I'll tally everything and put the names in a wheel, spin it, and that person will win a $50 Stampin' Rewards from me. You do have to be, of course, have an online account with Stampin' Up. You have to make sure you order from me as your demonstrator. You need to make sure that you opt in and have the valid email address so I can actually send you the $50 Stampin' Up! Rewards. If you don't do that, then I can't send you, like, it's like a gift certificate. And those rewards that are given to you are good for 3 months. When you order on your own, you earn 20%, and those rewards are good for a 12-month cycle. If you have any questions, reach out to me, and we'll go from there. So shop the deals, get entered in for a $50 gift certificate. And I said on Facebook when I was live over there to get everybody to come to YouTube that depending on how many orders, I might maybe do a second prize or maybe even a third prize. We might do some other things as well. So it just depends on how many people participate and order this month. I could increase things. We'll see. So today I am going to make 2 projects. These are the projects that my Stamped Club did on Sunday. And it is featuring the Balloon Festoon bundle. Bonus points. Mom knew what Festoon was at Stamp Club. I have to say I had to Google what Festoon was. And for those who don't know, it's a banner. So like this, I use this as like a little streamer this way. But I guess a banner, like any kind of swag situation, is considered a festoon. And oh my god, it's just fun to say Balloon Festoon. My camera situation feels very crookedy. I am going to be using the Stamp Cut Emboss machine today, so we'll see how the camera works with that. So we have these cute stamps. We have a little 2-part balloon. We'll stamp with that. We have these fun little extras. I love the Hip Hip Hooray. We're using that on the first card. Let's Celebrate's great. Happy Birthday's great. You did it, so like as a celebration, enjoy your day. Love this little stamp set. I just love little extra stamps. But these you could put texture onto the balloon or other things. We're going to use the little confetti one today. Now these dies are so cool. So we have these different balloon shapes. I have not used these yet. These are like the little what do we call that? Accent marks. Not accent marks, but I know I wrote it correctly on my sheet. I couldn't remember. I actually was asking Wiley. I was like, what do I call these things? Reflection spots. There we go. That's what these are. Little reflection spots. So we have this little balloon, our smallest balloon. Let's put out the ruler. Is about 1 inch and 3, almost a little over a half. So 5/8, 1 5/8. Then the big Mama Jama, we're going to be using the second biggest one, so I'm going to set it out. This big one is super big. Great for scrapbooks, great for making a festoon of balloons. It's just under 6. Long and wide, 4 1/4-ish. So huge. You can see the size. I don't even know what else. Like, here's an envelope. Like, this doesn't fit into our standard envelope. Okay, big, big, big. So lots of great sizes. We have the little strings, and they are together, so you can get a 2 for 1. And then the different little marks for depending on the size of balloon that you're doing. And these are also nice that they're 2 for 1, which makes it easier to keep track of our dies especially when these little ones are tacked together. So really fun. You could definitely just order the dies, like the stamp set and the dies just complement each other. They don't have to be going together. Or you could just have the stamp set on your own, but why not get the bundle, save 20%, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you the card so you can see what we're moving towards today. So this is the card. Now my sample is slightly different than what we're going to be making because I actually cut this card base down thinner, and I will tell you what the It is 3 3/4 this way. We're going to use just a regular card base, but the idea is to show you the technique to get the flap here. Isn't that great to use the smaller balloon on the inside? So I'm going to show you how we can do this. You can do this. Not we. I mean, I'm going to show you, but you can do it. So I have a regular card base. I'm going to get my stamp cut and emboss machine up here. And we're going to just boop, 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 so you can kind of see like that. That looks pretty good, I think. Now there's a couple of options for this. I have my plates in. My goodness, look what happened here. That'll be the back, I guess. Well, maybe it should be the front. It'll probably cut it off. So I have this. Ooh, it's not very focused, I don't think. So I have it scored already, and we're doing a long card. And I'm placing my balloon here, and the top of the die is over the score mark. And then what I'm going to do is take my top plate, and we're going to execute that through and only place the top plate I want to move this over. I'm going to use this to hold my die down. I found these little tab things actually work really great. Okay, so this is, you can see the score line is here. So the top of the balloon is over the score line, and I'm only going to put my cut plate up to the score line. So that means when I run this through, it's not going to have the pressure to cut the top here. Okay? So we're going to run that through. And then I'm going to keep that there because I'm going to show you another option if you're scared. So now we can see that and we're going to trim this off, this extra, but now you can see that I've die cut the balloon and it's still attached. Because I've done cards before where we would run it through like this and get both the front of the card and the back to be the shape. But I really wanted to do it this way, and I don't think I've shown you that before on this channel, on my page. So if it is scary to you about keeping that plate, the other thing you can do is get a piece of cardboard or chipboard. Now this is not super thick, and you can line this up at your score and then place your die down. And if you put your shim on there, as you normally would, it's not going to be able to cut through this cardboard, and you're going to get the same outcome without worrying about your plate slipping over the score. So that just gives you a couple of options. Practice on a piece that you don't like if you want to give it a try and you're a little afraid. You know what? And if it cuts through, then you have a balloon die cut or whatever shape. So you can do that with any of your large dies, with the large party banners, with any circles, ovals, whatever shapes you might have. It's going to be the same technique. So again, we put our die on here, and we put our plate just up to that score mark so it didn't cut here. So that's your more reminders. So that's the most nerve-wracking part of the entire card, I think. Could be wrong, I don't know. This might be, because now we're going to cut the rest of this off. And this is, for those keeping track, this is Lost Lagoon is my base. So I just have that folded down, and I'm just cutting. And if it needs up, you can kind of come up and cut up there. And now we have our little shape here. And then it just is fun. So this is just trash. Bye-bye. So I have cut out the same size balloon from the Beautiful Ordinary DSP, which is a really fun, great, very colorful designer series paper. When I saw this paper on stage, I need to get it a little bit higher. I know the reflection is really bad. It's black and white on the one side, so that gives you all the options. But this, I saw this and thought immediately how great the balloon die cuts would be in all of these patterns. So that's what this DSP is. Very springy, summery, ice cream feeling. Okay, so we're going to adhere. So we're going to glue this on here. So I want you to use Tombow, and I want you to put the glue actually on the card front versus the DSP. Make sure if you're using this balloon, get that little piece there, because otherwise it's going to flip up. And I want to use Tombow for this because then I can slide it around a little bit. So I'm going to go with the bottom there first. You know, and if you get it off a little bit, just go through with your snips and trim it up. And then I like to use the bone folder just to kind of squish all of that glue in place. Now, this is where you have some options. We could come through and we could cut the top off. That's what I did here. So you would just turn that around and snip. But what I'm going to do is cut the bottom of the front. I think I'm going to go 1/2 inch because I'm seeing where my balloon is. I didn't press down very good, so I'm just going to come through with my snips. There we go. And I'm gonna leave the round at the top, so then when it stands, you'll see the curve. And what's great is cutting that bottom off means it'll fit even at 1/4 inch, pretty much. It's going to fit into your envelope. Oh, I didn't stamp. I had this one already stamped to be magic of the internet. That's what I get for trying to prepare. So when I was designing this, I needed something a little bit more on here. So, as this is your monthly reminder, I don't know, or daily reminder, that it's okay to stamp on your designer series paper. This is some Flirty Flamingo, which is one of the pink striped colors. And that just adds a little whimsy to our balloon. We'll put that back in the stamp case. And so, of course, designing this, I thought, okay, let's have this for the inside to write, because then it's going to cover. And I went, oh, it's so plain. What can we do? We'll do a little tone on tone balloons inside. I think I have 4 stamps. Let me get my stamp mat. My Pierce mat. I had one out. Alright, we'll just grab a second one. That's why I have multiples of everything. I do find this mat very helpful with the photopolymer stamps. And then the stem does have a top and the bottom. There's like the little piece where there's the knot. And you can just line that up. Could do different colors, of course. Especially if you're doing white, but we want this tone on tone look. Because we're just kind of creating a background. See, I'm getting better at stamping. You'd think after 10 years I'd know. Gentle, firm pressure is a key. So now I can glue my balloon. I want to make sure that the front's going to cover. I think I'm safe. And then we have a fun little place to write. I want to get that, the little knot piece. Now, I could have done the confetti or something, but I kind of like seeing the balloons in the background, and we get that little reflection mark from the stamp as well. And for the sentiment, I die cut, and I've used this several times, the Forever Floral dies. I used this long label and then this larger one. This is a great, beautiful set. And I have some videos using it. So scroll through YouTube and my past lives. It was probably live. Most of my videos are live. So if you're looking for more videos, you can find those over on the live tab. Feel free to leave comments, ask questions. And I really, you know, I get caught up with doing the nesting. So like this label nests inside there. But I really love how this long one looks. It's very snazzy. Then we have my favorite linen thread. This is everybody's favorite thing, right? It goes with, when in doubt, if you're like, it needs something, I don't know what, add linen thread. It can be masculine or feminine. So this is I call it like a fluffy butterfly bow that I learned from a demonstrator at one of the first, it was the first like 3-day event I went to, and I roomed with her. She's now with Jesus. She was an amazing lady, and she was making these bows for her swap. And I was like, that is the coolest bow ever. Her name was Debbie, and she taught me how to make them, and then I just made all of them for her, and she was assembling. So you take a really long piece. This is probably about 28 inches, I believe. And then you take a smaller piece. So you take it and you just wrap it around your fingers. I'm going to do that again because I was just yakking. So I like to do it over, you could do it over the same, but I like kind of having, so that's 3 fingers, and then I'm going to wrap it around the 4th because then it gives it some layers. And then you pinch and then bring this up. And it makes this great, like, shabby, chic, fluffy flower butterfly bow. Now, you do have to be a little on it to get it to tie. Practice. I'm not going to lie, I've used my mouth to hold the little ties before. And you can just cut off your ends if they're a little too long. And you have this, and then you can really fluff this bow out. So I have my sentiment, and I want this to be on the back of the sentiment. I don't quite know where. Maybe like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a little adhesive here. And that way I can, put my bow on there. And when I flip it over, I can come through with dimensional and put that over the top. And then that helps hold it down a little bit more. And then I can come through spread this out like so. And then our final little touch, we'll add some bling on here, and these are the array of dots. Fun colors. And I think I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo ones. There we go. And ta-da! Cute birthday card. You could definitely do this design. We were talking about teenage boy cards specifically Sunday a little bit. You could do the same card with like the black and white paper or any, you know, something blue, a little bit more masculine. You could X-nay the fluffy butterfly bow, and it would make a great teenage birthday card. And it's fun, it's different. And it will stand up. And so my sample I had cut, you know, a little thinner, so that's why the sentiment is able to hang off here. This is a 3 3/4, where this is our 4 1/4, right? Yep, 4 1/4, the normal. So you can see the difference. And here I have the, oops, I have the top chopped there. But I do like having the paper. You see the black and white, not a big deal. Fun little birthday card, and it's, again, something different. Probably nobody else is giving them a card that quite looks like this. All right, so we like that one. Let's put these back. All right, so the last card is pretty easy, but we're going to use some new tools. Let me make sure, is this the right one? I do believe so. All right. So the first thing I have done is I have die cut 2 balloons, kind of the medium size, the second smallest. It doesn't matter, I cut 2. And then I ran them through the swirly embossing folder to give them, you know, some pattern, to make them look unique. And I kept thinking about the funny little reflection pieces with the die and thought, what could we do? Well, we have our new Stampin' Up! White gel pens that come in a pack of 2. They write beautifully. Once you do have to have the correct angle. So if you pick these up, practice just a little bit on your, it takes a sec, you know, if they're new, they need to kind of get started and practice to get that. But I can come through with my white gel pen and even over the embossing and add in these reflection marks. Gel pens, great for making accents on any of your colored images on die cuts like this. Great on black card, any of our dark color cardstock, even if you just want to write your message, you know, in this. But really great for those little accents, and they look, I think it looks so great on the balloon. Like, it almost looks like I could have stamped that, right? So those are our little balloons. We're going to come back to those. Let's see. I also have die cut out the little stems, or the strings. And they do have a adhesive sheet on the back of them. Oh, come out of there. And they're just in white. Now the inside of my card, I have already, oops, let me just throw the card base around. We're using Hydrangea Cube, by the way, the most popular new in color. That's from somebody at Stampin' Up. And I stamped the little, maybe it is a festoon, but I think it looks like a streamer. So I stamped that, and that will be going to the inside. A little bit more feminine card because I had to use the May Vellum. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It looks amazing on here. It's so beautiful. So we're going to put these balloons on the front where we don't have this adhered down yet. So this is vellum. We have to plan ahead. So I think my balloons are going to cover up that. Let's see. I think I'm going to put my balloons here-ish, like this. Maybe more like this-ish. So I'm going to just put a little Tombow. Eventually these balloons are going down with dimensionals. But now, if I put them together, now I only have one thing to lose, not two. So now what I need to do is adhere my vellum. I like to use tear and tape for this. a weird noise outside. So I'm going to take a little piece and go, okay, this is about, it's going over those pretty blue flowers. Put that down, use my bone folder, take the backing off. And we're doing this just to help hide that piece of tear and tape. Now I have my little stems, I'm calling these stems. They're not stems, they're the balloon strings. And I'm gonna kind of lay them out. The strings are gonna go straight on the card. The balloons are gonna go on dimensionals. So if these were flat, you know, maybe I would do this situation where I'd put the little knot on top, but we're gonna kind of hide it in the back. And I want a little probably crisscross action. I'm going to do this one first. And we're kind of getting approximate. Now there is adhesive sheet on this entire back. So I'm going to be careful with this. I'm going to turn it over, hold it. Take your pick tool for the win. Again, my balloons are not down yet. Now I don't want to press this down this direction, so I'm going to come through and snip. And then I can press down. And that is now lost forever. And then we're going to do the same thing with the second one. Now the strings, you're seeing I have two different lengths. I knew I wasn't going to need the full length because the die, the string is very long. So I was just saving paper by not cutting the full. And if you don't press it down real hard, you'll be able to lift it up, kind of like I just did, if you need to place it down somewhere else. You know, we're not going for perfection here, but it's not going to stop me from trying, I suppose. There we go. Uh-oh. We don't want that on there. And now we're going to flip over, put some dimensionals. We have just like that. So when I was designing this, I thought I wanted to use the balloons on the front, and I kept thinking, oh, what to do, but I wanted to use this vellum, and I was like, oh, the tone on tone would be nice. And so I love these balloons with an embossing folder, okay, because it just adds something different. They don't get lost in the background. They stand out. It was just like the right thing to do. Oh, hey, Nikki. Oh, her connection's spotty. Maybe, I hope it's not me. Some nights it is my fault. It said today that I had a great strength when I went live. That can change. So I have pulled out the happy birthday sentiment from the stamp set. Balloon Festoon. I have to say it. And our punch that is on sale. So this is 3/4 inch, and that's the second largest. So we have 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. And when I cut my strips, I line it at 3/4 and then make it a tiny bit smaller. That way it easily gets into the punch. Now I did this length enough where I know I'm going to have to do it twice. So if you're not sure, do it once and go, yep, it could go one more. Go one more. Because it's just trimming off like 1/8 of an inch. So it's always okay to start out with a piece a little bit longer than you think you need, and then cut it from there. Let's see. I do have a pre-tied bow from Golden Glow. That's the sentiment, one of our new in colors, just like the hydrangea hue. And I'm going to decide where I put this. I think I'm going to go about here. So these are on a dimensional. So I want to put a dimensional at the end, and then we'll do adhesive here. That way we are on the same playing field. And I'm just going to go ahead and do Tombow. I like it kind of going off of that vellum a little bit. And then my little bow, which way do I want it to go? We're going to get some glue dots. Glue dots! Glue dots, please. Glue dots. Again, another great take your pick tool. I'm going to stick one on the knot. And then I'm going to put, you could either stick them, my tails are being a little ornery, so I might put that down there, and I'm going to twist my tail. Sometimes I'll stick them underneath, I'll go underneath the bow part, because then I can, it'll place and poof. And then to add a little something extra, I'm going to come through with the glimmer brush and the shimmer brush in Golden Glow. And we'll see on this paper we have some Golden Glow berries. So this is just adding a little bit of glitter. And these are amazing. They're in all of the in colors. Oh, hello. You can write with them. Once you get them going and you squeeze, follow the directions. I did show these off on one of my videos. Don't ask me which one. Somewhat recently, not super long ago, because these are new. Probably would have been early May. And I undid one and showed you how to do all of that. And then, now these are currently not available. Add them. These are the in color butterflies. Those who did my in color share got some. I knew that these were going to sell out so fast. So there's white, including the in color. I am going to use the Golden Glow ones. So a little bit more of a feminine card. But again, change up the paper. And I think it would, you know, X-nay on the bow. Probably for a guy. So I added a couple butterflies. And then this piece. So if you want these, go to the website when you're ordering from the Last Chance and getting the new product of the month and spending at least $50 to enter my giveaway. You can go to these and put your email address in, and Stampin' Up! Will send you an email when they are back in stock. And then you can rush on over and order some. And then for the piece inside, get the tape, the old tape gun. Is this dry? Yes. And there we go. Inside, here's my OG. Always going to be a little bit different, but that white gel pen really adds something. I think adding, I love the texture with the embossing folder to the balloons is a lot of fun. So this is like a really fun birthday card. It really isn't that difficult, and there is a lot going on, and would be very easy to do a lot of. You could even do 2 different sizes of balloons if you wanted. That would cut down on your die cutting, because these are the same size. You could probably do a larger one in the back and a smaller one in the front, and that would make it a little easier for you. I'm really excited about this stamp set. I'm probably going to be using it quite a bit in the dies. I don't know. There's been a lot of different balloon stamp sets through my Stampin' Up! Career, and I don't think I've ever purchased one. But this one with the really large balloons really spoke to me. And I love that the stamp set had several different sentiments. I love the hip hip hooray. I know I said that already, but I'm just telling you again. I love hip hip hooray. I think it's very fun. I think it's a very versatile, easy to use stamp set. And the dies could be on their own, the stamp set on their own, but they are really great together. And if you buy them as a bundle, you'll save 10%, which is fabulous. Great for our scrapbook pages too. I could imagine like a birthday photo die cut out maybe with this large one, or even the smaller ones, and have like birthday, like balloons on a page, and then one or two that have pictures from the birthday with the balloon. I think that would be really cute. I might have to make a scrapbook page. I haven't made a scrapbook page in a long time at this point. I'm a real hot, real freezing cold scrapbooker. I'm like lukewarm and then freezing cold. I can't even say if I'm I go hot on the scrapbooking. So if you are still watching, thank you. I hope that you've taken a moment to make sure that you're subscribed, that you have liked the video, that you're leaving a comment if you're on the replay. I am going to put my stamps away while I visit with you so I don't lose anything. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm going to be here again next Tuesday. And as a reminder, another reminder, the last chance has been refreshed today, so shop early for the best deals and best selection, because they're all while supplies last. Check out the new kits, the product of the month that you can get for $5 with your $75 order. It's so cute. I don't know which animal I love the most, if it's the cow or the penguin, or maybe the snail or koala. I don't know. They're so cute. It's going to go so fast. And I know somebody is going to be like, I didn't get that stamp set. I'm telling you, the way that the demonstrators reacted to that stamp set, like, we know. We just know. And then for the month of June, every $50 you spend with me will enter you into a drawing for $50 Stampin' Rewards that I will gift you. So a little contest drawing this month. It's not really a contest, it's a drawing. Oh, Mom wants me to show. Let's show them like this. Here's one. I don't know if this is the one I just made. I think it is. Or the one I made earlier. I think this is the one I actually made on camera. And then, where's the other one? Here we go. Balloon Festoon. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! It's kind of nice to see them this way too. Oh. I love the idea. I love that the little balloon is in there to write on. And if you want to do the skinnier version, you can do that as well. So there we go. All right, we are going to see you around the internet. I'm going to be posting more. I'm back from vacation. I'm ready to rock and roll a little bit. I'm already, I think I already have my project planned for next Tuesday. Woohoo! And so that'll be a DSP kind of thing that I've been wanting to do. So I think that'll be fun. Probably birthday cards again. I need to do kid birthday cards. So we might end up with some more balloons here. So I need kid birthday cards quick. And so yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday, 6:30. I don't think I have anything. It's hard to remember some weeks. I think I'm good. We should be just fine. Shop the last chance. Every $50, get your name entered for a $50 certificate from me that I'll draw in early July once everything is figured out. Please reach out to me if you have any questions about anything. I'm here to help you and answer your questions in the store, or if you have a question about something I did tonight, leave a comment and I will get back with you. Appreciate you all. For less than $1, you can send somebody a smile. So mail some cards out this week. That's for myself too. I say that all the time. I was really good last year. But mail out some cards. Even just like a, hey, I'm thinking of you card. Let's do that. I'm going to challenge myself to do that this week. By the weekend, I'm going to just mail out some cards like, hey, thinking about you. Something. I do have several like random cards that are strange sentiments, I think. And I think they're just mostly like cards that you just have to send for like no reason. So maybe I should find some of those cards I have in my stash, like the no reason card, and just send some of those to some people. Maybe you'll get a card. I don't know. Alright. Send a card. Have a great week. Stay dry. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.